Logan Paul apologized. Not allowed to be woke? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get woke over there, you go to the re-education camp. Here we go.
Well, it's finally over. Logan Paul apologized.
CoffeeZilla, your slang is. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, more like an internet criminal.
Oops, wrong video. That was the first response. He actually apologized in another response.
Okay.
It's like a little gnat. It's like a little annoying gnat. It bothers me. The defamation lawsuit, that is happening because this is wrong. This is wrong.
Hold on, wait a second. That's not it either. Turns out it's actually on his secondary channel. That's why I couldn't find it.
That's super cringe that he put it on his second channel. He 100% should have put it on his main channel. I didn't even know this because I watched it on Twitter. That's so dumb.
It's entitled, Thank You, CoffeeZilla. It's the third response from Logan Paul, and it's a pretty big change in Logan's attitude so far.
Yeah,
so
I bet.
Let's see what he has to say to us.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal.
Oh, that's a relief. I thought Logan was going to hire me. But in all seriousness, this video does have some major admissions in it I want to go through. For one, Logan apologizes to me.
I called him. I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire, an ego.
Not only that, Logan also pledges a $1.3 million refund plan for people who bought his NFTs.
I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million.
In addition to that, he also promises to finish CryptoZoo, which was left abandoned.
And then step 3, obviously finish and deliver the game as outlined in the white paper.
Now, I'll be honest, this is a big change in tone, and honestly, a lot of this is good news.
It is. It is good news. I mean, I think that, like, it's okay to still meme on him for it, though. Like, I don't think that CoffeeZilla was being a dick for memeing on him about. I mean, he did threaten to fucking sue him, right? So, I think that also, if public sentiment had not shifted so far against Logan Paul, do you think that video would be deleted? I don't think so.
Great that victims are going to get something back.
Yeah.
Logan seems to acknowledge his continuous lapse in judgment. He's not suing me, which is also cool.
That's
and
nice.
frankly, this new response is just way better than his last two. I think we can all acknowledge that.
Yep, agreed.
While also acknowledging that it's not really a perfect response either. There are still major problems here. Like, for example, many of the victims just have been ignored in this response. A lot of accusations have gone unanswered, and worse, Logan still seems to be playing the victim a lot. So in this video, I'm going to do my best to give Logan credit where credit is absolutely due, while also sharing moments where I think this apology fell flat. And let me start with a positive. For example, I think if you're an outsider who is not affected by this scam and you wanted a reason to love Logan Paul again, I think this nails it. I mean,
I don't know about that. It's just like, I think everybody knows that obviously he changed his tune because the entire internet disagreed with him. Everybody said he was wrong, and he was worried that he might get sued. That's probably what happened. And I think there is a very real possibility that the reason why he actually went back and apologized for all of this stuff is that Logan Paul was, after consultation with lawyers or some sort of legal firm, they told him, they're like, listen, you could be accountable for X, Y, and Z, like all of these things. And he's like, oh, fuck. Okay. All right. We've got to pull it back. We've got to move the goalposts. I think that's what's going to happen. Or that's what happened. And at least I don't know that's what happened, but I wouldn't be surprised if that is what happened. He was lying in the apology as well. Well, we'll see about that. More than likely, someone close to him talked him out of it. I mean, they talked him out of it now? I mean, fuck. It's a little bit late.
He's giving back some of the money. He's apologizing. So if you're a card-carrying member of the Low Gang, you can rest easy here.
Oh,
Logan
God.
says he's sorry. He
We're good.
says he's making things
We're good.
right.
We're good,
and
boys.
I think that's the point of this video.
Low Gang
to speak
strong.
to his core audience, to tell them he didn't scam anyone. And for what it's worth, I think Logan succeeds here. The problem is, I don't think I or the CryptoZoo holders were who Logan was really addressing here. And this is where the response falls more flat, because he doesn't adequately address the real victims of CryptoZoo, which I think they're rightfully angry about. And I wanted to spend some time talking about that because, again, they've been the heartbeat of this whole story, and they feel very differently about this response than Logan's core audience does. They don't feel like it's enough. And I want to talk about why. Starting with the $1.3 million repayment plan. Because obviously this is the strongest part of Logan's entire response, actually opening up his wallet. And I don't want to minimize that in this video. I just do want to put it in context because $1.3 million is a lot of money. Unfortunately, the scam was much bigger than $1.3 million.
So this is something that companies do, is that like every once in a while, a company does something that makes them $50 million and they get fined by the government for $3 million. Everybody in the public says, that's what you fucking get. You mess with us. You go and you destroy our environment. You pollute the country. Well, guess what? Accountability, bitch. And everybody's happy. And this is the best part about it. Everybody's happy because the company's happy because they're making profit. The government's happy because they're getting paid by the company. And the people are happy because they think the company's getting what's coming to them. So everybody wins whenever the government whenever the companies cheat the government. You think about it. There you go. So Logan's trying this is a very common thing. You make $7 million, you give $1 million back. Hey, you gave $1 million. Like, what's wrong with that? Absolutely. What, the people don't win? Come on, you just shut up, idiot. Shut up.
The fact is, most victims are not going to be made whole by this plan. Just in Zoo Coins alone, blockchain evidence shows $7.7 million was stolen by Logan's team, depending on who you believe. And this refund does nothing for those victims.
No.
It doesn't even apply to the holder of Zoo Coins at all. You get nothing if you bought this in-game currency. This refund only applies to current egg holders. So they can cash out that NFT for the initial mint price in crypto, which matters sort of because crypto has crashed a lot. So even though people spent $2.5 million on these eggs, in order to refund all these holders at mint price, it now only costs $1.3 million in today's money, which again is
apparently, according to this this clarification, let's go back. Just give me a second. There we go. After filming, Logan amended his statement to say the NFT refund will be $1.8 million. Okay, that's still a lot less than what they made, but yes, it's more.
Which again is nice, but doesn't do enough because the Zoo Coins were most of this scam. I mean, that's where most of the money was spent. Yes. It wasn't just on the NFTs. It was on this in-game currency, which Logan seems to have no intention of refunding. And his response for why is pretty bad. He responds to somebody who lost $80,000 who told him, I hope this isn't just doing what you have to do technically to not get sued. Logan,
I think that this is just doing what you have to do technically to not get sued. I think that's what this is. Yep. Because, and this is what I thought originally, is that he was never going to give everybody their money back and just like cancel the project. Because in doing so, he could open himself up to a ton of liability and he wouldn't make any money. That's another big factor. And nobody would make any money. There'd be no long-term money to be made, even though he burned all of his coins, etc. There'd be no long-term money or anything to be farmed out of this. And on top of that, like, the people could say he didn't do the project. They could say it was fraud. How do you do 80K in savings and decide to dump on Logan Paul? They're just stupid. That's why. It's simple.
Logan replies with a screenshot of his white paper and later explains to another member of the Discord, I believe there has been a misconception here. As outlined in the white paper, Zoo was created to support CryptoZoo and was not intended to be an investment vehicle.
Yes. So basically what this means is that if you read the fine print, I got your money, bitch. And that's it. So they would have to argue this in court.
When you sold or bought is not my decision. And look, to be fair to him, there was a misconception that Zoo was an investment vehicle, but it's a misconception that he created.
Well, it's a misconception. I don't even think that it's a misconception that he created. Maybe it is. But I think what we can all agree on is that a lot of people look at these crypto projects. None of them are looking at them from an authentic value proposition perspective. Everybody is looking at these projects from the context of how can I make money off of this project? That's what they do. That's it.
He's the one who said CryptoZoo was a fun game that earned you money, and how it earned you that money was that your NFTs earned you Zoo tokens.
Yeah.
You know, things that were supposed to have value. That was the whole point of the game.
Even if he hadn't said this, he was operating on a preconception that everybody already had.
Suggest that these coins weren't advertised as valuable or an investment vehicle is insane, especially since Logan's own team had rules for selling based strictly on the value of said investment vehicle. Quote, rules for selling. No selling until a $200 million market cap.
That's a lot.
So I think it's fair to say if Logan's own team were buying Zoo coins early, waiting for them to go up in value to a certain level and then selling them.
So, yeah, they were using them as an investment vehicle, but if you do it, you're an idiot.
That sounds like an investment vehicle,
true.
albeit a very stupid one. So this explanation definitely doesn't hold water, and Logan obviously just doesn't want to be on the hook for Zoo coins. Instead, he just kind of wants to refund the much smaller part of the NFTs.
Smart.
What makes this even worse is that this refund doesn't even apply to everyone who bought these NFTs, because some of these people sold their NFTs at a deep loss thinking that CryptoZoo was over, that it was abandoned, and there's actually a way you could have tracked this whole thing, or Logan could have, and, you know, found a way to repay all the people who lost money on eggs. But instead, this refund only applies to current holders, meaning nobody who sold during the year and a half this project was abandoned gets anything back.
So basically, this is a situation where if you are really dumb, you will make some money. And if you were smart and you got out, you don't make any money. This is what, always hold diamond hands, boys. Yep.
Which is a large percentage of the actual victims, and this is pretty bad. This was brought to Logan's attention by one of the people in the Discord. Joao says, quote, Logan Paul, what will happen to the people who sold everything at a loss when the project appeared to be, quote, abandoned? Will everyone who minted be able to get that refund, or just the current owners?
See, how I would respond to this is I wouldn't.
Now, in reply to this, someone
Big mistake.
in the Discord said, if you sell, you lose common investing knowledge.
True,
and
true.
Logan replies, seeming to agree with this idea.
That's right.
Which is just kind of a terrible perspective.
That's right. Unless you're willing to fucking ride this Titanic down to the bottom of the ocean, you're an idiot. Bro, if you're not willing to just go down like with the ship, you're an idiot.
For Logan to have when he seems to be saying that he wants to refund these people, and he's the reason a lot of these people left. And this is where Logan's new apology starts to ring more hollow. It's in all of the follow-ups after the response video, because I don't know if he can help himself from betraying how he really feels about this, because in another Discord exchange, Logan says, please do not put any more money into CryptoZoo, which, by the way, is quite reasonable to say.
I think that's fair.
Somebody follows up and says, guys, can someone explain what he said with not...
I feel so bad for these people. Like, this is some guy, and the year is 2023, and his picture is of a knockoff NFT brand that is probably worth I don't know, watermelon coins, which if you take 6 watermelon coins, that will buy you 1 Apple coin, and an Apple coin sells for 1/16 of a penny. Yeah, they have the same fucking conversion rate as Stanley Nichols. Exactly. Like I feel so bad for these people, but I don't, because of how fucking pretentious they were. For 2 years, I had to sit here and listen to how I wasn't going to make it because I don't have a profile picture of a badly photoshopped cat on top of a penguin.
Investing. But rather than replying, oh, guys, I just
Fruit
meant
bucks,
like I don't
yeah.
want anyone else losing money, or, I don't want anyone else recklessly gambling, Logan replies instead, quote, I will no longer be the scapegoat for anyone's financial decisions.
Well, I think that what he means by that is I will no longer be liable for fraud. That's what it means. And I think that's fair. That's smart. Logan talked to a good legal team. And I think that it's obvious that he is communicating in that with that in mind, because of what he linked about how CryptoZoo was not an investment vehicle. I think that it's very clear that he is looking at it from that angle.
Which is a wild response for someone who's claiming to refund people, because it implies that he thinks he's the victim here. And this is just insane to say as the face of this project, which got everyone involved, because I think it betrays how he feels about this situation. He doesn't seem to see anything wrong with advertising a game that will make you money, it never delivering, millions of dollars being stolen by criminals he hired. And then when all of those people want their money back, he feels like he's the scapegoat.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, come on.
These guys shouldn't have believed me when I advertised to them a fun game that will make you money. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, Logan had a simple job to do. All he had to do was just come out, apologize, get as much money back for the victims as possible. But he himself can't help but play the victim here. In fact, I have a third example of how Logan might...
I don't think it really matters, because it's not even about helping the people. It's about getting, like, controlling the narrative, moving forward, sideboarding this issue completely, and moving on to the next thing that you're going to do.
Really feel, because Logan tweeted right before this response.
The
He says,
Netflix
quote,
is
"The
real.
Matrix is real. Pray you never become its target."
True, brother.
Now, I guess he's trying to channel Andrew Tate here unsuccessfully, basically saying like, I'm getting attacked, not because I did anything wrong or scammed anyone. I'm just too much of a truth teller. I'm just an enemy of the system. That's why I must be getting attacked. But if that's the case, we then have to wonder, did the Matrix force you to apologize? Did it force you to hand back 1.3 million? I just think comments like this go so far to undercut his apology.
It does. It was stupid for him to tweet that. I think at that point, maybe he hadn't done the apology yet. He hadn't decided to do it, but it was stupid for him to say that.
Because it's very clear that instead of actually like caring about the victims, he feels like he's a victim.
True.
I mean, he's saying like, pray you never become its target. Who's the Matrix though, Logan? Like, is it your fans who got robbed? Who are the agents coming after you? I know it's not me. I know you're not saying I'm the Matrix here in my $10 million studio. Because after all, you're thanking me. You're thanking the Matrix. Like, what is this response? It's so childish, the way he speaks about this stuff. And
I agree. I think that the tweet was so stupid.
Again, this isn't to be dismissive of Logan's actions if he follows through, because there is a lot of good that 1.3 million can do. And you know what? If he goes back and he finishes the game, that's also good. But it's just so frustrating when the good that Logan seems to be doing, he's doing the bare minimum of at the last possible second with motivations that seem to be, in the proper context, to say it lightly, irreparably tainted by self-interest. Now, I'm not going to address Logan.
It's definitely in his self-interest to get out of this issue. Now, I think that's really what the goal is. He just wants to get out of this problem, avoid it, move on to the next thing, and put this in the garbage. I think it's pretty simple.
Other two response videos, which are mostly like attacking me, because Logan sort of walked those back now. He's apologized. he said he was going to delete them. I think he deleted one of them. The other one's still up. I don't know if the impulsive episode's going to go down. Either way, it's just much less interesting now that he says he doesn't like mean it anymore. He's not going to sue. So I don't feel the need to publicly defend myself. If you're curious about all the wild stuff that was wrong in those first 2 responses, I'll put the video live on my Patreon. But I didn't want to release it at the time because I thought there was a better chance at getting a good ending for the victims here if I was a bit more diplomatic with Logan at this critical juncture when he was deciding whether he was going to give money back or not.
That's true.
I don't know if I succeeded in moving the needle, but that was certainly my intention.
No, I think probably he did. Because, like, the thing is that this is one of the unfortunate realities, is that you have to admit something that makes Logan Paul look good in this situation with no context, is that it is good that he's giving some of the money back. This is absolutely good. However, if you contextualize it around how much money was lost, then it's not.
Either way, now that Logan has responded with his plan, and I've given my perspective on how much I think it's rooted in, self-interest versus a genuine, attempt to help out the victims, I think this is about as much as I'm going to be able to contribute to this situation. I mean, I do think it's incredible that even $1.3 million came of this, while I also can acknowledge that it's not nearly enough for the real victims of this. I'll follow up in the future to make sure that he actually gives that money away. But for now, I think most of the CryptoZoo victims, if they're still hungry for justice, are going to have to take it up with Logan in ways that are different than I can do on YouTube here. Which, by the way, I think some of them are. In fact, I just saw a lawyer on YouTube, Attorney Tom. He's going to start the legal process going after Logan using stuff like the arbitration clause in their terms of service. So,
I love how even the YouTube lawyers still have a stupid fucking phone number like this. 855 Tom wins. Yep, they all have this dumb fucking phone number that morons can remember. Like whenever they're getting fucking charged for a crime, they're about to go to jail. Oh wait, Tom wins. I remember. Oh shit. Yep, there it is. That's what I'm gonna do. Yep, better call Saul. I think that like if you don't have like one of these phone numbers as a lawyer, you're just like you're not playing the game.
I just wanted to say, if you're a victim of CryptoZoo, you can check out that video, which I'll link to you if you want, or consult with a lawyer, because I'm sure for the people who lost a lot of money, this is certainly not the end for them, because they didn't get a full refund, and I'm sure they'll be seeking one. But even though it's not the end for them, it is the end for me for now. This is the end of the CryptoZoo saga, and I wanted to say and give a huge heartfelt thank you to everyone who viewed this and supported me throughout this.
Okay, this is fucking ridiculous. We've got XQC, we've got Ethan, we've got Hassan, we've got Ludwig. What the fuck, man? We follow each other on Twitter, and you're gonna do this to me?
Been insane.
This is fucking
the level
ridiculous.
Of support when Logan was threatening us.
Yeah, it's so true, man. Hey, like this, honestly, like the whole system and everything you put into it and all that, like this is some next level reporting. I am impressed. Like huge hearts in the chat for CoffeeZilla. This guy really knows what he's doing, man. Absolutely. Genius.
And I do not take it lightly. There is an alternate universe where if that hadn't happened, Logan would feel emboldened to sue me and probably not give much back to the victims. So it's your support that made all the difference and got the victims at least something. So
I think in a lot of ways, people are just fucking tired of seeing these scams. They're just tired of seeing this shit over and over and over. It's annoying. It's like people are just like, it's been 2 fucking years, 3 years, probably more than that even, of this bullshit that like you have to, not only do you have to hear about how it's going to change people's lives, but you have to hear about morons who think that they're going to be the one that's partying on a yacht full of models while you're sitting there working like, oh fuck, did it F? Why does it do this shit? I don't even know. Yeah, these are these people, these fucking clowns that are like, that, you know, they went from tweeting about Call of Duty to tweeting about cryptocurrency. Now they think they're so fucking smart, telling you you're not going to make it. You're stupid. And they're so smart because they have a picture of an 8-bit dog. Guess what? Fuck you. This is what you get. That's right. We're tired of this shit. Quit it.
That wraps it up. Thank you for watching.
You're welcome. This is amazing. CoffeeZilla is a legend for this. Absolutely. It was so good. Such a good fucking video. His channel's massively blown up because of this, and he deserves it. This is awesome. I'm very happy to see this. Who have asked an honest there? Oh, absolutely. A lot of people see it. Damn, #1 in trending? Yeah, of course, right? I mean, why wouldn't it be? Yeah, this is great. He got 1.8 from Logan. Good. I mean, like, I think that's good. I mean, I know that a lot of people view any time that a person's personal gain converges with something that's good, that it becomes not good. I don't necessarily think that's true. I think that if there is a net positive about something, that if anything, it's good that people gain from it because it provides a positive reward loop for doing things that are good. So yeah, I think this is great. So I'm fucking, what? You know, there's a D next to this, right? It's subscribed, duh. It's because I have been. Link? I'll link it one more time. Yeah, there you go. I hope at least the EU will regulate the shit out of these scams. Yeah, I think so too. I really would like to see that. We'll have to see what happens, okay? But overall, I am just so glad to see at least some of these people getting their money back. And I hope that if anything here, people can stop investing money in influencer crypto scams. Please stop it. Please, just stop it. Just, what are you doing? Like, go spend it on like a gacha game. Go to a strip club. Donate it to a church. Donate it to a charity. Buy your mom something nice. Buy your kids something nice. Do anything else but this. Yeah, OTK coin is going to be coming out soon. Yeah, it will. Who wants to be a king? Yeah, it's going to be great, right? Who's ready to be a king? Good branding? Yeah. I understand. I understand how this stuff works. See, all you have to do is play on people's misplaced sense of self-superiority, and you can make them give you all their money. Because they're stupid. They're stupid, and they think they deserve more than other people. And so all you have to do is pat them on the head and say, yes, you're a good little boy. Please keep giving us more money. And then they'll do it. They're just dumb. That's what happens. Yeah, dumb and full of pride. Exactly.